Hey guys, so we're back for another episode here. This time we're in AB, Arathi Basin. Already kick-started the Battleground here. Pretty much the aim for me is I'm always aiming to go straight to Blacksmith from the start. I like to get that one. As you can see, as usual in this episode, you're going to see pretty much the annoyance of Battlegrounds and the issues that we face pretty much nowadays with Battlegrounds. But we'll get to that at some point in this episode. As per usual, you know how it varies from time to time. Sometimes you'll get to somewhere like the blacksmith and you'll get lucky, there'll be none there whatsoever. On this occasion, it's pretty much even this time around. A couple of theirs have come, a couple of ours have come, so it's all to play for really. So we've got that base, that's the main thing now. But then as you look, and that's something that I want to point out with Arathi Basin. When you're the Horde, 9 times out of 10 nobody defends the farm. For some reason it drives me absolutely crazy. 4 or 5 will charge there to try and cap the flag, and then they're just all run off. I don't know whether or not they're bots or just human players who haven't actually got a clue what they're doing. But by this point we've got BS, we've got a few there defending that, so I'll make my way back over to the farm to see what's happening here. Try to reclaim this base. And I just want to point out, as you can see ahead of me while I'm capping this base, just take a look at the people who for no reason are fighting up over there in the middle of nowhere, which gains nothing for the team. It's just for the sake of fighting in the middle of nowhere. It makes no sense to me, it annoys the hell out of me, but 8 or 9 times out of 10 this is what Battlegrounds are nowadays. People not caring about the bases, not caring about capping the flags. They just worry about improving their stats, getting the highest damage, highest healing, as I've mentioned before. But at least by this stage we've got 3 bases now. So as you can see, there's no one really even interested in defending the farm, so I've got no real choice at this point but to kind of stay around. And as you can see, this is another annoyance, and believe me, I'm going to talk about a lot of annoyances over the period of me doing these videos, because it drives me crazy. There's 9, 10, most of the team at one base, and you can bet your life on it that they're there fighting about 2 or 3 people, which it's just madness. I don't know how you explain it really, but it drives me up the wall. And as you can see, that's the mine lost. Nobody seemed to care because they're all too busy at the blacksmith, obviously. And I know we're talking about annoyances here. Something that drives me crazy with Battlegrounds is how many people don't target the healers. maybe not in this case here, but in so many cases you will see people attacking others while just standing there watching a healer heal that person, and they don't have the sense to turn around and say, you know what, we're going to kill the healer, actually, the person who's keeping this other guy alive, bringing him back to full health. We're going to actually target him now. But that's Battlegrounds 95% of the time now. Either bots or people just with no sense. And that's what I don't get. When it's actually not bots, when it's actually human players, how can you be, not to sound rude, but how can you be that moronic? I don't know, but you're going to see a lot of that throughout these episodes, believe me. But anyway, as you can see, it's a close battle at this stage. Going back and forth. Nobody really taking much of a lead. And obviously, let's just, at this stage, it's driving me crazy, because everybody left the farm. I decided to come to Blacksmith. I see there was an ink, so I thought I'll go and help out there. There's a couple at the farm at that time. Suddenly they decide to also come, having no sense to stay there and defend that base. And then, to cap it all off, to make it that bit worse, I get to Blacksmith. Suddenly 7 or 8 are there of ours. I then think, okay, nobody's at the farm, let's get back there quick. I'm leaving, 7 at Blacksmith, there shouldn't be a problem, and somehow nobody has the sense to CC that flag, to stop them from claiming that base. It boggles the mind at times how people play this game, how they perceive to play this game. It just doesn't make any sense at times. And I keep trying to tell myself that they must be bots, they must not be human players, because surely they cannot play like this if you are a human player. And I know I'm going on and on about it, but when you're taking time out to play a game, I know people say it's only a game and whatnot, but it's not all about winning, obviously. But when people are playing like that, not having the sense to actually just learn what you're supposed to do, rather than, look, as you can see, 10, 11, whatever there is there, and they still can't get that base. So at that point you should either have the sense to say, okay, we're not getting this base, let's turn back and try somewhere else, or 10, 11 of you, let's see some of them, let's try and take this flag, rather than saying, okay, we're just going to attack them. Nobody's going to actually attempt to take the flag, to take the base. But by this stage, there's the sense that this battleground is going downhill. Let's put it that way. And obviously, as you can see, somebody calling an ink at the mines. He needs help. There's not a great deal I can do. I can go there to try to help him, but that leaves the farm unattended. Nobody here defending this. So while there's 12 at Blacksmith trying to get that one base, we're losing another base. And this isn't, you know, this isn't something that's a one-off, which you just see every once in a while in Battlegrounds. This is a regular occurrence, something that happens, you know, 8 or 9 times out of 10. Sure, it's not always to your team, but you know, I wish that it was more balanced in terms of the people who play this game. Closer Battlegrounds. Of course, you get Battlegrounds from time to time where they end up close, back and forth, a great battle. But more often than not, this is the example of what PvP Battlegrounds are nowadays. It's just full with people with just no sense of how to play the Battleground. And you know, when I'm saying that, I don't want to make myself out to be something special. I'm not a brilliant player. I'm really not. You know, I think I'm a decent enough player. I know how to work the Battlegrounds. I'm not great. There are many better players than me. But I still stick to how you're supposed to play the Battlegrounds. I still, you know, you won't see me fighting in the middle of nowhere. You won't see me joining in with the Zerging group that has decided, hey, we're just gonna go and fight 12 versus 3 or 4 just for the sake of it. But as you can see at this stage, 4-1 down, you know, the rules, the idea of how to play Battlegrounds, it might as well just go out of the window. Because we've lost this. At this stage, 4-1 down with 12 people at Blacksmith, there's no point in really saying, okay, I'm going to defend the one base we've got left. Because you know where this is going, we've lost. So, I come to the mine. Straight away, at the mine, 10 seconds, we get that base. That just once again pinpoints some of the stupidity in Battlegrounds. All of these people are there fighting, and rather than say, hey, you know what we're going to do, we're going to take this flag, we're going to get ourselves a base, instead they're just targeting the players. Don't worry about the flag, don't worry about winning, let's just target this player. You know, and to cap it off, I know I'm going on and on with annoying things, but to cap it off, we take this base and suddenly, let's just look at the screen. What's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people at the mine. So it's gone from me and I think it was 2 others being at the mine, and suddenly all of those people from the blacksmith have decided, you know what, they've took the mine, we're going to suddenly turn up there for no reason whatsoever. I would love to hear these people who do this, who surge in these groups, to explain the sense behind this, why they do it. But obviously they've all gone back to the mines, and I want to pinpoint saying I don't know why I'm so stupid enough to consistently walk into those freezing traps. Don't ask. I'm sitting here talking about annoying things and putting other people down, and I'm stupid enough to keep walking through these traps. Don't ask. I don't know what the hell I was thinking in this battleground. But we're back at the farm, and just it's happening again. You know, it's what can I say from this point on? I don't know really. I come to the farm with one other person. 3/4 of the team turn up, and they all left the mine. They all left the mine. 7 or 8 of them left that mine unattended, and they've took it back instantly. And now look where they all are, fighting in the middle of the road, in the middle of the path, because they don't care. You just sometimes you're just lost for words on all of this. You're just lost for words. But as I said 5 or 6 minutes back, it was downhill. You could see where it was going. You can usually get a good indication at some stage in the battleground of where this is going to go, and that when we were I think we were 3-1 or 4-1 down, you could tell it was all downhill. There was no coming back, considering where the team were surging to and how they were playing. It was game over, and it annoys me the most because, for me personally, I play this game for PvP. Don't get me wrong, I like the other aspects of the game, but I'm a PvPer. I like to play Battlegrounds. 90% of my time is spent PvPing. So you can imagine how why I get so annoyed with it, because I'm spending so much time playing PvP, so I'm seeing more of this happen, and it drives me wild. But thanks again guys for watching, and we'll be back for more annoyances.